I see how you're using hand gestures. It's almost like you're elocuting. It's almost like you're speaking to a crowd and, getting a message across.
Hello, Miss Tagore.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. Give me a second. I'm just switching on my video. Uh, is it? Was it?
Sir.
Okay. Yeah, it's working now. Right. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And what about you?
I'm also doing great. It's so nice to see so much energy today. That's lovely.
Yes. And first of all, let me thank you for connecting with me today. So I'm so happy to see you here.
Yeah, I'm also so happy to see you. It's glad that you chose this tutor or like this class where I was able to
Yes.
take your class. So that's amazing. Um, and you have been with Clapping Go for quite a while. So I would just start by asking, how has it been for you all this while, and what's the improvement you have seen so far?
If I would say I would rate myself out of 10, I would rate myself 8 or 9. The kinds
Okay.
of
Mm-hmm.
clapping go has given me contribution in my life, 8 or 9.
Okay.
Obviously, I need to work more on my communication, on my personal development, but
Mm-hmm.
clapping has a huge support to improve my language. That's all
All
I know.
right.
Yeah.
All right. And right now I can see with how much energy and how much confidence you're speaking. So
Thank you.
when you started out, was it like this, or how was it when you started out here?
And no, it was not like that. Whatever I am today, I remember first training on the first day. My tutor told me, Deepak, this is your first session, and you are so energized, enthusiastic, and so confident. How is it? I said, why I'm confident? Because I don't spend my time like most of people spend. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe my pronunciation, my English is not good. My sentence formation is not good. But whatever I say, I will talk to you. I
Mm-hmm.
have 100% conviction in that sentences.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, and that's so encouraging.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is I am so confident.
So English is not your native tongue. What language do you usually speak, if you're okay sharing
I,
that?
I, I speak Hindi and Bhojpuri.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, that's amazing then. I mean, because there's no evident accent or anything, which is also a thing a lot of students have. It's really impressive how you have already built yourself through these classes. All right. Uh, so today I would actually like to ask you, what is something you would like to share in terms of speaking today? You could suggest something which you're interested in talking about, or you could just simply have a conversation about yourself. I can prompt you with different things, so I'll
Okay,
give you
that's
complete
okay.
freedom. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so communication, I think this is the most fundamental skill you can learn. If you want to develop over all your life,
Hmm.
learn communication. Communication.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just learn language. There is a difference between communication and language.
Mm-hmm.
Communication, I'm making you understand, but you are not incorporating what am I saying, what I said.
Mm-hmm.
You just heard it, left it. But in
Yeah.
communication, I'm making you an impact. I'm giving you feelings the way I'm talking about the things. You are
Mm-hmm.
understanding, and later on you can execute that knowledge. You are
Right.
feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
This is called communication.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I see how you're using hand gestures. It's almost like you're elocuting. It's almost like you're speaking to a crowd and, getting a message across like a leader. So that's very impressive. I want to ask you, what are some areas you still want to work on with Clappingo?
I have sometimes sentence formation and
Hmm.
grammar. Obviously, grammar singular plural. I tend to make mistake where I have to
Okay.
use is or and not, and sometimes preposition. That
Mm-hmm.
is why, yeah. So when I am speaking, please mind on my sentence formation and singular
All right.
plural. Yeah, I know
All
how.
right.
if you ask me how can I improve it, I know, but in flow I tend to make mistake. In flow.
Understandable. Right. So, what I noticed even right now was that while you're speaking very energetically, but because you're speaking very fast, the words are getting swallowed a little bit. Uh, hmm?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
so
didn't
that
catch
is
that.
that. So that is I'm lacking in communication, and I hope I will learn from you.
Of course. I mean, that's what I hope to do also. Uh, all right, then what? Okay, let me give you a simple speaking topic. And what I want you to do is use hand gestures, elocute as much as you can, use your voice, but also pay some attention to your pace because you're speaking so fast, you're swallowing up the words a little.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah.
All right. Actually, tell me what are some of your interests? I'll give you a speaking topic around that maybe.
And just anything, anything, anything.
Okay. Uh, I mean, I don't want to give you something very generic because I can see that you're already
Yeah.
at a certain level. That's why I want to get an idea of what would interest you, so we can
Let's
work on
talk
that.
about communication. Let's talk. What is
All
the
right.
communication contribution in our life?
Okay, so I'll just give you some prompts. So when you talk about communication, don't just think about verbal communication, which is speaking. Think of other forms of communication as well, and around that you can speak. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm. Okay, you can begin whenever.
Okay, I think what first of all we need to understand what is communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think communication is a kind of medium, okay, by which we are transferring our feelings, our emotion, our thought, idea, knowledge to other person,
Right.
right? So that he or she can understand
Mm-hmm.
better.
Hmm.
And our 85% our financial strength or compensation comes from our communication. Only 15%, okay, is come from the skill, technical skill what we have. Regardless of you are engineer or you are pilot or you are cricketer or whoso, there is some exception. Okay, we cannot take it that. But if I talk about the professional life,
If I talk about, I didn't catch that.
professional
Professional.
life, yes.
Professional. All right. Mm-hmm.
So our 85% income depend on how you speak, how you talk.
Mm-hmm.
If that is not fascinating, impressive, I think regardless of how talented you are, how much
Mm-hmm.
knowledge you have, you are not going to make an impact on your boss, on your client, on in your relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
with anybody.
Right.
And that
All
is
right.
why I said that this is the fundamental skill you must learn. Everybody
Hmm.
must learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right. Right.
I see these days people are so busy on working on their material things, like they are upgrading their cell phone, upgrading their watch, upgrading their clothes, upgrading their furniture, refrigerator, car, house, bike. But people don't upgrade their mind, their
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, their
Mm-hmm.
head.
Right.
And
Right.
if
Very
you
well
will not
made
upgrade
point.
it, if you not upgrade it, how you can be a better person? How you can have a better life,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
right? So I think people will forget what you gave them. Okay,
Hmm.
your gift, your loves, and your no whatever you these the people are tend to give. Okay, I'm giving this car, that house, this thing, this cell phone, that cell phone to my loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
But people will never forget how you make them feel,
Yes. Yes, very
right?
emphatic point. Yeah. Okay, so you were telling me about how people will forget material gifts, but they will not
Huh.
forget how you made them feel. That's
Yes, yes.
yes.
And how you can give that gift, that is the
Mhm.
precious gift, by
Precious.
communication,
Hmm. Yes.
right? So this is the talk I wanted to say about communication.
Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. All right. Give me just a second. I'll just take a few notes.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Great. So, again, I was very impressed with how you're using your body language really effectively. That's very well done. In terms of your speech, there were a few sounds. For example, the word precious, it's a short E. It's not a long E. So you said precious. It's precious, a short
Yes.
E sound. Yeah,
Okay.
so that was
Yes.
one. So E sounds, there's a lot of people, E and I sounds tend to be an area where a lot of people struggle. I specifically noticed the word precious. Also the word depend, that you mostly pronounce correctly, but the E sound is something. Um, all right. Now, the one thing I do want you to keep in mind is that when we talk about subject verb agreement, right? So when the subject is in plural, the verb will be singular, and when the verb is singular, the subject is plural. So let me give you an example. So when you were talking about how income depends on so and so factors. So
Mhm.
use the word income and then you said depend. So that would have been depends with an S. So
And
let me
yeah,
explain. Yeah,
yeah, got it.
because the income, it is a singular
It's
thing
singular.
unit,
Yeah.
right? So that was just one mistake you made. I mean, everything else you said grammatically was fine, but this is something to be conscious about. So just the subject verb, but if it's plural or singular, you have to accordingly use it. Um, okay, and you started by talking about how communication skills are linked to our financial skills. This specific point, I was a little confused, like what you meant to express through that. So do you remember what this point was?
Yes, I think a financial skill is that comes from your communication skill. How do you
Okay.
talk in the
Mhm.
marketplace? And I'm a
Okay.
fitness coach. I'm a fitness coach. And
Mm-hmm.
when I encounter a new client, they come to me and say, Deepak, I got to know that you are a fitness coach.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of asking about himself, okay, and what's your name? How do you spend your time? Why do you want to improve your health? What are your goals? Okay, what kinds of lifestyle you do have? I will
Yeah.
start repeating myself. Okay, I am this one. I am that. I have got degree. I am diploma from this institute. This institute. How long does he stay with me? Very few time. And
Mm-hmm.
communication what? If you want to sell something, don't
Mm-hmm.
only talk about yourself. Talk about
Yes.
themselves. Everybody is interested in themselves,
Mm-hmm.
not you.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, when it comes to enhancing your finance, how you communicate, you go to interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interviewer, interviewee. How do you pronounce it? Interviewee.
Interviewee is you, and
Interview,
interviewer is who's asking you. Hmm.
interviewee will only talk about himself. Okay, he woke up, hey, got this much of salary, he got this much of knowledge, and do you feel good? No.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he
Right.
will ask, talk about yourself. First question is that, okay, tell me about yours. And then he will
Yes.
pick up the question from that, your sentences. Similarly, I'm a fitness coach. Someone comes to me, I will talk about themselves. And then I will pick up
Mm-hmm.
the why do you want to be fit? What's your goal? What's your dream? Right? Similarly, if my communication is not good that way, do you think he's going to hire me?
Absolutely not. Right.
No. If he will hire me, my income will go up.
That's a very excellent way of expressing it. I mean, when you initially said the point, I was a little confused, but now that you explained it, it's a very good observation which you're elaborating on. Well done. Excellent. Okay, so now what I would like to do is I'll give you some collective nouns. Like I'll give you a situation and you have to tell me the appropriate collective word to use there. I'm asking you this because right now you said very few time, but we have to, well, what you meant was very less time or very little time. So you're using the word few. So something like this, I'll just give you a situation and you tell me what word is more appropriate there. So how do you try to with time only, let's say very little time is very a small amount of time. If it's a lot of time, how are some different ways you can express it? In what different ways can you express?
I think a lot of time, a small amount of time. I didn't understand the question.
uh, yeah, I'll tell you. So earlier you were saying you used the word very few time, when
Yeah,
instead you should have said very little time or very
very
less,
little time. Yes,
right?
this one is very less time. That one is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So now if you're trying to explain there's a lot of time or something,
Uh-huh.
how,
Yeah.
what are some different ways you can, what different words can you use? Like you will not say very
Okay,
big
different
time.
words. Okay.
Hmm. So how do you express it?
Okay, different words I can say that.
You can give one, two different answers of how you can express it. There's a
I'm
lot
rich.
of time.
I'm rich with time. I'm rich with time.
Uh, so the
With the
word
time.
rich here, that is a connection of time and money, but we don't say I am rich with time. You can
That
say,
means
hmm,
I have as per my I have a lot of time. I have a lot of money. I'm rich with money. I have a lot. I'm healthy. I'm rich with my health. That per as per my point
okay,
of view.
in that very creative sense, you can express it absolutely.
Yeah.
But in a normal conversation, it's a little unusual to say it. I understand what you're saying. That's a very creative way of saying it. But in a
Yeah.
normal conversation, we won't say I'm rich in time or rich with time. What is a simple way you can say that you have a
Okay.
lot
Okay.
of
Got
time
it.
on your hands?
Okay.
So give me some words.
Okay. So much. I have plenty of time.
Plenty, excellent. So again, plenty, plenty. It's a short
Plenty.
e sound.
Okay. Plenty.
Plenty
Okay.
of time.
Plenty.
Excellent one. Yes. Give
Okay.
me one more if you can think of.
Uh, what else?
There's a five-letter word starting with A. It's not very commonly used, but can you think of it?
I have to spend more time to think. Okay, go ahead. We help me.
Just spend more time. That also you can say. But this one I was saying is ample amount of time.
Ample.
AMPL.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
ample amount of time. Okay, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So plenty of time, ample amount of time. So this is to express a lot of time. Okay. Now I'll give you some more common collective nouns. Now, how do you express that you have a lot of books, a pile of books? What's another word you can use for it?
I have a huge library.
Library, yes. So that's like a room. But if it's just a pile of books, how can you say that? You're carrying a pile of books. So what's another word? Another
I have
one or
bunch
two
of
words.
books. I have bunch
Bunch
of
of
books.
books. Bunch of books, excellent. Is there one more you can think of? Again with B only. It starts with B.
Yeah. I has some few books.
Few books. I have a few books. I have a
I have
bundle of books. You're carrying a
abundance of books.
bundle of
I have
books. Yes. So
yes.
a
That's all.
bundle. Yeah. So here again, this is a confusion people can make. When it's one bundle of books, there can maybe be 20, 30 books in that bundle, but it's one bundle. And then you have
Mm.
two, three bundles. So each
Bundles.
bundle can have, yeah. So that again, the noun, the collective noun can be a little confusing. All right. Um, Next one I'll ask you, when it's a lot of lions, what do you call it?
A lot of lions.
Lions. Yeah, this one specific word you use to refer to a group of lions.
A herd of lion. A herd of lion.
We don't use herd for lion. We use herd for cows. A herd of cows or a herd of sheep.
Okay.
But for lion,
Okay.
there's a very specific word.
What? I don't know.
It's a pride of lions. So
A
this,
cat.
yes, we say a pride of lions. So since you are a fitness coach, like you said, you could maybe say that, if you're talking to a client and you're saying that do you want to be as, I don't know, energetic as a pride of lions who are on a hunt. So you can use a word in that sense.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
pride of lions. All right. Um, okay, we have. I'll do just one more. What do you use to refer to a group of? Okay, let me think. Okay, fish. How about fish? Any idea?
No, I don't know.
All right. So this again is a shoal of fish. SHOAL.
Can you type it
These.
for me in the chat
Yes.
box?
Yes, I've put it in the chat already. It's a shoal of fish.
Shoal
So
of
when
fish.
it's
Okay.
a many different fish together in a group, we call it a shoal of fish. Okay, this was a little off topic, but I think the lion one was a little bit more relevant. You can use it more commonly. We don't, yeah. Um. Okay, we have another 4 minutes now. I want you to speak a little bit more. I mean, you've taken some feedback from me. Um. So could you just wrap up on the communication topic itself with some more points?
Yes, I already said that if you wanna improve your overall life, or your finance, you want to get more promotion, you want to enhance your salary. Already, I have mentioned, or anything, you must work because God has given us this mouth to share your ideas, your thoughts. If you do not putting the idea of your mind in a proper manner, how your kids, your loved one, give
How
you
can
value?
or how will your kids
How
or loved
can,
ones?
yeah, how can your kids, your loved one give you value,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I believe that words are like a key. Words are like a key. If you
Mm-hmm.
use them right, it can open any heart and shut any mouth.
That's an excellent expression. Very nice expression. All right.
Right. And let me tell you one more thing. I have experienced these things in my life. I'm not, this is not only philosophy, I have experienced this too. In pandemic, I
Hmm.
had no
During
money.
the pandemic.
In the
So the
pandemic.
article,
No, no. I said in the pandemic,
in
I
the
had,
pandemic.
yeah,
Okay.
in the pandemic, I had no money. I
Okay.
had no job. I
Hmm.
was broke. But
Yes.
because of my behavior, my landlord kept me for 6 months without getting a single penny.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
So sometimes your knowledge, your degree, diploma that people are after, that thing, degree or diploma, to get that thing, sometimes that doesn't work there.
Mm-hmm.
Where your politeness, your sympathy, empathy, kindness work.
Works.
Sorry, work,
Yes.
right? So that is
Yes.
why I'm always after people don't only learn how to earn, learn how to live also. If you do not know how to live, regardless of your earning million rupees, billion rupees, that will not give you a significance in your life.
Excellent points. And I mean, it's so nice that today you are my first student for today. And to begin the day with such a high note, it makes a really big difference. I mean, my energy for the day is already gone up. So,
Yes.
honestly, thank you for doing that, Deepak. Um, so right now I want to ask you, I pointed out a few corrections. When you're speaking very fast, you're missing out the articles, or if you're saying it, it's not very clear. So that's one thing. And the second thing I pointed out was the subject verb agreement, whether subject is plural, singular. That is one thing.
Mhm.
um, and with the sounds, like I said, the I and E sounds, it's very common to make mistakes with it. So this again, if you're speaking slowly, I think it's easier to pronounce it correctly. When you're speaking very fast, it's very common to mispronounce the word. So I mean, I'm not worried in any sense because I can see how much work you've done and where you are, the level you are at. So I'm not in any sense worried that you won't be able to say it. But when you're speaking very fast, it's easy to mix up. So that's one thing I want you to be alert of. But right now, do you have any questions for me? Any comments? Anything?
Yes, yes. By the way, where are you from? I would like, sorry, it's personal, but I'm sorry for that.
I'm from West Bengal.
Okay, West Bengal. But it seems like you are from south, I think north side of India.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm from West Bengal itself. I've always been there.
By
Yeah.
the way, you are great. You are a great communicator. You have good command in
I'm
English.
really glad. And it was honestly such a joy to take your class today. I really loved the energy you brought into the class. And I hope to interact with you again soon. So,
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Deepak. It was really lovely interacting with you. And have a lovely day ahead of you.
Okay, you too. God
Thank
bless you.
you.
Stay
Bye
happy.
bye.
Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.